Gio, the little chestnut boy called Pumpkin at home because of his colour and his size. He is cute as a button. He's quite. He looks a bit pony-like and he acts a bit pony-like in his brain. He's brave in some ways. I took him for a hack this morning around the gallops here, and he'll walk past flagpoles and jumps and things, but then there might be a leaf out of place or a butterfly or something, and then you have a good look at it and just have a little spook. But he's quite good. He does look after the old granddad on top, bobbling about, because everyone else is at home at the moment, because Charlotte couldn't resist doing a few more shows at home before we fly out. So Lucy Scudamore, whose Pride and Joy is En Vogue, she's looked after him since he was 4 years old, and she absolutely adores him. But I've been entrusted with him for the next few days while Lucy's at home, keeping stuff going, running at home. So yeah, I hacked them both out today. Pumpkin was a good boy, looked after the old granddad, and we had a nice time round the gallops. And yeah, he's funny because he will have a little spook. There is that. I mean, he's such a kind, generous horse, and he loves to work. But there is that little quirky little look about him. He is by Apache out of a Tango mare, so there is that Dutch breeding in there. So they all like to have a bit of a look at stuff. But that's good. They've got to have character to get them through. And to get them to this level, to get them to championship level, they've got to have that character and that fight. And so, yeah, he's a real character. He's a puppy to look after in the stables. We've got amazing facilities here. We've got massive stables for them. And he's loving the attention. Suddenly when they get to this level and then they come away and they get one-to-one attention, which is difficult at home when you've got 20 horses and Charlotte's trying to go to shows every day and things like that. They have to learn to be one of a crowd, but then suddenly they come here and they're getting one-to-one attention. So he's really loving that. He's like absolutely reveling in it. So I'm looking forward to taking him away and looking after him. It's comfortable for the horses. In actual fact, once the loading's over and we're up in the air, it's very peaceful and very calm. Vogue is a pretty big horse, so I'm hoping we can get enough space in the crate to stand him diagonally. We've got a big pad, a massive mat that goes behind him, which I'll take with me and we'll put into the jet stall for him behind. Generally they cope really well. I haven't had trouble in years and years and years. I've been flying horses for like nearly 30 years. I worked out the other day. So I'm pretty confident. And although he's renowned as quite a hot, sort of nervous character, he's actually quite brave and is a kind horse. So I'm pretty sure he's going to get into the crate, and then I can settle them down. And then once we've got the loading done, it's just the main worry is getting them on the hydraulics and getting the crates up and into the plane. But then once we're in, usually it all quietens down and they settle really well. And like you say, he's probably going to have Pumpkin next to him, who's flown backwards and forwards to America. When he was a young horse, he went to America and then he came back to England. So I'm pretty confident little Pumpkin's going to toddle into the crate and he'll stand there and eat, hopefully, and give the big shy one next door a bit of confidence. And I'll have carrots and apples on the flight, and then they'll have their mash feed that they'll have to help keep them hydrated and keep their system going, because the flight's 18 hours, so it's a long flight, but I have to try and keep them in the same sort of routine, feed routine, as they've been used to. So yeah, I'll have all those to hand.